I don't know this guy. Don't wanna. Don't need to. Unfortunately, in our society, too many people are very silent about an evil that's been brewing for some time in our culture. And when I mean our culture, I mean our American culture, which encompasses everybody. I legally can talk about this guy because I'm reading a news article and I'm making my comments off of that. This is the New York Post, January 18th, 2024. New York City musician Zeddy Will, 22, recently hosted a joint baby shower for his 5 pregnant mamas. One of his partners, Lizzie Ashley, claimed on TikTok. Ashley, 29, revealed the startling achievement by showing off party invitations, which showed the shower being hosted in Queens on January 14th. The moms-to-be and Will posed for a joint photo on the invitation, which said, "Welcome, little Zeddy Wills 1 to 5. I guess we're sister wives now," Ashley captioned the video, referring to the popular TLC show that follows the lives of a polygamous family. The Post has reached out to Ashley for comment. The singer also uploaded happy photos of a large, untraditional family posing outside their party, and another disco-inspired photo shoot to show off their going bumps alongside an overjoyed Will. Ashley revealed in a follow-up video that the 5 moms, Ashley, Bonnie B, Kay Marie, Jailene Villa, and Laila Khalifa Galetti, have accepted each other because it is better for the little ones to grow up in a big family. "Look at our beautiful family," she captioned one of the photos. "We love our baby daddy. We will not ruin our babies' lives. Our families have accepted this." Will's co-manager told the Post, "Society has shifted, and in turn, so has modern relationship dynamics. The essence lies in redefining relationships personally, breaking away from the one-size-fits-all approach and societal pressures to conform." His team also told the media outlet that they believe he's mature enough to handle being a new father to 5. Video of the party shows the moms dancing and eating together and seemingly enjoying one another's company as they celebrated their upcoming births. Despite the family's acceptance of their unconventional life, critics were quick to take to the comment section to blast their decision. "That's embarrassing, not going to lie," wrote one TikTok user. "Laughing my ass off, that's gross," another wrote. One user was in disbelief, writing, "Please tell me this is not real," while another said, "No way you would never find me in a situation like this." The Post has reached out to the moms-to-be. Ashley made headlines last year after a man ripped off her wig while she was walking in the city. What is Pacific's thoughts on this, you ask? Well, I think most of you that know me know what they are. I don't know Mr. Zeddy, but I don't like rap. I listened to one of his pieces just a moment ago, just to sample in. Confidence, garbage. Middle school, hormone, pubescent, the attitude, the cussing, all that. This isn't talent. This isn't talent. But in the world that we live in, people can take something like this. It rings a chord with birds of a feather flocking together. And now he's making tons of money. And you got 5 women that have absolutely no scruples. 29-year-old dating a 22-year-old boy. And I don't say that in reference to a negative stereotype of what people say whites would say about blacks. I'm talking a boy. Like, I would consider a 22-year-old white guy a boy. I was 22 once. You do not have the maturity. Especially when you're making music that's got fuck damn shit in it, and the N-word, and different other craziness. His producer says that society shifted, except there's one problem with the producer. There's one who hasn't shifted at all. There's one who's absolute, and there's one who's going to hold Zeddy and 5 silly women accountable one day. Do you see, as I've been talking this last couple weeks, when the Antichrist comes, he will change the times and the seasons. We have people redefining marriage. 2 men can marry, 2 women can marry. If a man decides he wants to be a girl and buy a purse, okay, that's what's going on. And I'm going to tell you something, Christians. We have to go by what God's word says. Why are these women all happy? Lots of money flowing, lots of sex flowing, probably lots of drugs too. To listen to Ashley and these people make the comments they make, I mean, you just can't go, objection. You're not going to get through them. You're not going to get through them. 5 women proud to be banged up by him. Is this guy really in it for the long haul? Really? At 22, with the kind of foul music he produces? I just don't call that something of a foundation to start with. It's shocking to me to look at this day and age that we live in to see something like this. I have done how many videos on Western women are destroying themselves? There's 5 more to the pile. I think it's cool to get in the groove with a 22-year-old boy singing film. Remember what I said that women like the bad boy? There you go. Bad boy that won't commit to 1. He's not going to commit to 5. And proud of it like he's some tribal kahuna. Is that what it's come to in this country? Yeah, it has. And it shocks me because does anybody look at this and just go, really? You think that's okay? 5 more kids to grow up in a world where there's no absolutes except Zeddy and his rap music and what Zeddy urges tell him to do. Pretty dangerous. I wonder how long it'll be before Zeddy ends up like Tupac or others. When he crosses too many lines and somebody gets tired of it and he's another one bites the dust. And no, I'm not making a threat. I don't threaten nobody. One of his own will get him. And it bothers me that we live in a world today where that is all, they call that music. I wrote a comment on there. This is not music. This is not music. I can hear it now. You're racist. That's the answer that you know you're going to get. No, I'm not racist. I have taste. And I know black women overseas that don't behave like the Afrocentric culture in the U.S. Black women that have class and grace and fear God. And I don't know Grace, I don't know Zeddy and Ashley and these other women. What bothers me is that they have a platform and a stage, and they can get up every day without a care in the world, do whatever they want, and have no conscience about how shameful this is. You know, I talk a lot about the way people behave in our country, the rudeness behind the wheel, the rudeness in public, the off-the-wall stuff that people are doing. I don't run in circles that Zeddy does. And it's not because I think I'm perfect. I don't feel comfortable with that kind of music. I don't feel comfortable with that kind of vileness. I sure don't feel comfortable with him popping babies. 5 different women, and those 5 women think that's cool. They're all happy because they got a piece of 22-year-old rap musician. Don't think that they're not going to be out there with their hands out. Don't think that a New York City judge won't slam him for child support if he decides he's going to pull out. But what really is disturbing about this is that his music makes more money than me going to work and impacting black children every day in the culture that I live in. Black children are being raised by moms who get knocked up and have child after child after child. Zeddy isn't doing anything to better society, whereas I am. And I get paid way less than that. While he could play party music, foul music, trash can stuff, and make tons of money. Does it bother me? You better believe it does. Talk about an upside down world. When America puts entertainment above principle, but what I want to know from the Afrocentric community in America, and I say Afrocentric on purpose, because they have nothing to do with Africa. African men and women are very different than African American women, and African American women tend to be very Afrocentric, or African American people tend to be Afrocentric, very centered into their culture, their thing. We see a lot of this show up in how they all cry racism, and I'm like, I don't understand how you say I have privilege when you can write filth and spew filth and make millions of dollars and get contracts, never have to work a hard day in your life and wear sweatpants and pull out your nasty ding dong between your legs and pop it up on a few, 5 women that don't have much collective intelligence. I just don't understand that. I was just talking to somebody today. I took a friend of mine to lunch. I was talking about the ship, the SS United States. The ship that's been sitting there rusting and rotting, and it was the fastest ocean liner in the history of the world. And nobody wants to save it or do anything with it, but people throw money at rap and literally garbage culture. By garbage culture, I mean people who are just promoting ungodly, unbiblical, wrong values. Five pregnant women. And what's funny is there's no laws about that in the U.S. anymore. 22 years old and he's got the maturity. Did you hear the lyrics of his song? All right, let's see here. All right, what are we doing?
Let's see if we can pull it up.
Where is it?
It doesn't have written text, I guess.
Any of you ever get the feeling that we got cultures among us that are just so radically polarizing? And just me saying this, that culture of flies that listens to that and follows all that would have heavy criticism for me. They would be not very kind in their words to me. But you're a public figure, so I'm going to say something. You're not a man when you do what you do. That's not what a man does. The man doesn't write foul lyrics and make a living. He rolls up his sleeves and works hard. Not sit around in his bedroom going like this and cussing and recording it and then bragging about banging 5 women. There's men in this Afrocentric culture that they never became men. They're still boys. And they grew up under a mama. And they're emotionally driven logic. And most of them have more muscle mass than I do. And I work harder than most of them do. Physically. And I look at them coming up with puke in itself. Bragging about their sexual conquests and bringing children into the world. They're going to be infected with the toxic pus of your immorality and your grossness. How long, O Lord, before you come? How long? When it's open in the streets? When it's open for all to see? How far do we have to go before it gets really ugly out here? Just saying.